Well, compLexity looking good against a weakened Team Liquid. They didn't make so many mistakes at the beginning. It was starting to look closer, and I would certainly say that, it could have been a bit scary for compLexity, but they did start to overtake things. They started to play their own game, and ultimately, I just don't think there was much you can do if you're in Team Liquid's position.
I think it's safe to say that they were lacking the need of Twist in this game.
Yeah, just
no offense to Zeus at all, but he didn't have the best game, and not to be expected either. But you needed those, 20 extra frags that Twist probably would have come in with, right? He had to make this competitive, to make it a close game. As you said, compLexity playing to their strength, just playing their game basically, and that's what we also said in the pregame. Fundamentally and basic Counter-Strike wise, they're good. They know what they're doing. They know how to play properly. They know how to play off each other. Sometimes what's missing is the individual level, but this game, it was just enough against a wounded Team Liquid. Android once again having one of those games where he's dropping 26, 27 frags, only dying 11 times as well. So having a really, really good time, and that has to be the bright, point of this compLexity lineup as of recently. We talk about them not having the same level of players they had on the major, and that's definitely true. They have dropped up massively, but a player who hasn't dropped up is Android, and he can really be proud of what he's achieving and what he's doing right now.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a key thing they can take through into Mirage as well, because Inferno kind of went the way that most would have expected to, given the whole Team Liquid scenario. I think maybe I expected a little bit more from Team Liquid because they did better previous times around, but this is compLexity who have got more to play for, more at risk, right, than comparison to Team Liquid.
Definitely, and I think you're right. I think Mirage is going to be scary, especially for Liquid and Zeus for that matter. If he's playing to his position, well, he's going to be playing on the A bomb side, and that may be one of the hardest spots to hold all by yourself of all the maps in Counter-Strike. It's such a compact place. You have to be really good with your grenades, you have to be good with your movement, you have to be very fast in your decision making. All those sort of like split-second decisions you have to make when you're playing Mirage, you don't make them when you're coaching. You don't have like hands-on feeling on the game when you don't practice Mirage 10 times a week. So it's going to be super tough for him to perform on a map like Mirage, whereas Inferno, it should theoretically be one of those maps where he could perform decently and do a difference as Valen did for Cloud9. Mirage, I'm real scared that Liquid may gonna bow out of this one with a big bang.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that as well, because it's just like Mirage, you can get away with that bit more of a puggy style. You can go take the fight straight to him. It doesn't have to be as well for as Inferno. So having the fight taken straight to him, Team Liquid's big boys are going to have to step up here and potentially just help Zeus out a little bit more in order to try and get as many rounds on the board. But I think at this point, it's fair to say that compLexity, they've been given a great opportunity here to walk away with 2-0 and up themselves up the ladder.
Definitely, and they need a 2-0 because they face, I believe they're facing MIBR tomorrow, and they need 2 wins there as well as hoping that INTC doesn't beat Rogue, which is more than likely they can do. So compLexity really have backs against their walls right now. If they don't win against Liquid right now, I do believe that they've outplayed their role of actually making it. So everything is at stake for them right now, and we want to see Android one more time go toe-to-toe with the guys like Elise and Neflive, who prove themselves to be some of the best players in the world.
And one of the things we spoke about with compLexity, right, is that we needed to see the players play their role, play that team chemistry side of things. We certainly saw it on Inferno. And Mirage is a map where they're even highly rated in comparison. This is a map that they have a lot of success on. They found some dominance on. So I expect this to be quite the fragging show. I expect to see some super highlights coming out here.
Yeah, I think it could be a very explosive game, a very fun game to watch, especially because I think compLexity, they're going to try to bully Zeus a little bit on this A-bomb side, unless he takes somebody else's position. He used to play B-Apps when he was still an active player 2 years ago, so maybe they're relocating him to that position and trying Nitro or trying Taco on the A side just for the fun of it, as again, they have nothing to lose. But I think you're right. I think it's going to be explosive Counter-Strike. I think it's going to be fun Counter-Strike, and we need to see the likes of Neflive and Elise to really step it up in order to make up for those missing frags from Twist.
Now you were talking there about maybe swapping out positions, right, and having Zeus play somewhere else because of how hard that A site position is to hold. Is there any way you think of this that it's like a negative or a positive if they did that? Because for me, I'd say if you're changing positions for players that are so used to it, then they might struggle even further, you know?
I would definitely agree to that. I mean, in a game that meant something, they probably wouldn't do it, and they will play it 100% serious. But in this game, Liquid have already qualified for the finals, and they're only playing for seeding, so it doesn't mean that much to them. That said, again, it's an online game. They don't play with Twist. This is something they have to get done with. Not to downplay the meaningful of this match, but when you have a time like this, in an official matchup where you also, learn from each other, you gain experience. Taco can try to play the A-bomb side. Who knows? That may be his future position in 2019, going into a new season where teams had to renovate themselves and they have to come up with new stuff all the time. So it's all like it's giving a free platform to see if that's something for him. And who knows, maybe Twist is the best bomb side player in the world. You don't really know before you try.
Well, we might find out eventually. Hugo and Harry are joining us back in the studio now. It was very much the compLexity show. Signs of life came out, Team Liquid, a respectable scoreline considering everything that went down. But Mirage, do we think this is going to be a more one-sided affair?
I think compLexity are going to be okay here. They already look pretty good. Zeus seemed like a bit of a problem for the side of Liquid, whereas Valen's early of Cloud9 wasn't as much. He could hold his own. I think Zeus definitely struggled in this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would imagine compLexity can 2-0 this one.
Well, let's see if they do 2-0 it and send us home with a bang, or maybe Team Liquid can even up the scoreboards. It's time to find out, guys.
Yeah, we're heading into this one. It's compLexity versus Liquid. We already saw compLexity win out that first map of the series just moments ago. 16-10 on Inferno. Now we head on through to Inferno 2, aka Mirage.
Why is it Inferno 2?
I know, they're both just sort of like similar looking.
Hot.
Yeah. And you know, like Dust is then
Inferno 3?
the prequel to Inferno.
Oh, okay. We're going Star Wars on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've released this all out of order. Like a vending machine in the office. Hugo, we're heading into this one. compLexity versus Team Liquid. What way do you see this one going?
I already said compLexity. I'm going to stick with that. I think Betway agree as well. Those wonderful folks over there. Straight into the pistol round, Harry. Look at Liquid. They are not feeling any fear. They've set up Taco and Nitro to the top of middle. Lee's just going to be down in underpass as well, just keeping a bit of an eye on things from compLexity. Nitro actually finding that opening frag as well, but Taco's actually moved underneath the body of Shazam, so he's going to be all the way in the spawn. There's no way they expect this, but they may hear it instead. Yay, he spotted him. That flank from BAPS has got to come out, but the shots are being missed by Stan. What's going on? He's finally going to get the kill, but that's too little too late. compLexity allowing Liquid to get away with the man advantage, and they'll just shuffle back towards mid. Look at this, though. They've got underpass.
Yeah, Nitro and Elise here. They've doubled up. They've doubled down, and they might have just gone to town as they've missed the last bust on this one, Hugo. They haven't spotted this push in through connector, and that leaves just one man here inside of A. That man is Zeus. He is the dad of this team. Now he's got to try and protect his cubs. Ugh. Really hope that's not how it goes down in nature all too often. But we speak about things involving bears. We've got to try and bear with this flank. It's coming on in. Two players here. That's Elige and Nitro from earlier on in this round. One up in Palace, one on the ramp. One in CT. And this is it, the three-pronged approach. Nitro going to go ahead and behead Stan Slaw. Def and Android left up, but Def's been bested. Now it's Android. Has to go ahead and be more machine than man in this situation. Does tap down Nitro. But the defuse is here. Team Liquid going to be fighting themselves the pistol here on Mirage as they move up. 1-0.
I'm so surprised they have that time for the long flank there. A player to wrap all the way in through Palace and sneak the entire way as well. Pretty ballsy approach to that round from Liquid, but hell, it works out. It's actually compLexity forcing up in the second round already. Stan, he's gone for an AK straight off the bat. And that'll be the only investment heavy, at least. Everyone else on those deeks. So a bit of a deco with one gun. Hoping that AK can find the entries to drop weapons over to the rest of compLexity. Because with every kill that AK gets, not only is it a gun removed from the opposition, but it's a gun added to your repertoire. Set up outside of the B-bomb site for compLexity right now, with just Yay up on A, making sure that Liquid aren't going for any kind of aggressive ramp control. We already saw that mid push in the previous round, so Liquid clearly not fearful of their opposition. And that's how you got to play, really. Especially when you are missing out on Twist. Liquid have got to flex some muscles into this map. Taco's going to be spotted. Stan's trying to go for this one tap, but he's not going to be able to line it up and doesn't want to risk going down. compLexity deciding to back out this site. And the big problem with this round, Harry, is they have no utility. So anything you want to do with your compLexity, you're going to have so many open lines of sight and so many crossfires available for Liquid. Look at this play in Palace right now from NAF. If compLexity go fully into ramp, or even if they go Palace, they've got to be very careful. Because once NAF is in Palace and compLexity on that A bomb site, NAF can crossfire to not only a connector rotation from short, but also Zeus in the CT spawn.
Ooh, Naf though, he's been discovered, he's been dealt with. Android picks it up, and now Zeus has to try and hold his own. He's got to try and do the work of 4 men essentially here till this rotation arrives from Team Liquid. And Zeus doing a good job of it right now, doing the damage, and Taco and Elige going to swoop on in to help him out. Team Liquid, Hugo, able to convert that round. Don't let compLexity get so much as that bomb down. Flies back in here for the compLexity side. That force in the previous, the Catalyst rifle on just didn't pan out, and now we're going to see if they can find anything in this buy round here.
Yeah, no bomb plant, but they've still got a pretty decent buy, all things considered. Stan's going to be on the pistol, but that's fine. He bought up last round. It's not a huge loss. Got 4 AKs. Def missing the molly early on B does force him back and doesn't allow him to take control of that apartment. In fact, it's actually Liquid to get a player up on top of the balcony instead, so now Taco's got a little bit more room to work with. Naf playing passive back towards the market. compLexity looking to go for a bit of a mid-play, take some control. There's no AWP in play just yet for either side, so in terms of range, Elijah's got the best gun for the job, but he's going to be mollied out of the connector. compLexity ready to set up for this heavy B play. Looking like they wanted to split mid early on, but that mid control was only to force Liquid out. They're now just going to go for a full-on charge through the apartments, and Taco on the other side, he's got to hold his own.
Ooh. Taco saw absolutely everything. He knows what's going on. He knows the gist of it. Naf is flashed off but short. Taco's got to try and look out for him, and he will do so. The Guardian Angel that is Taco. Naf doing damage and actually is able to go ahead and find Def before he hits the ground. That's the bomb dropped out of the open, and now they go walking unsuspectingly into the waiting gun of Elige. Stan, it's all on him. 1v2 required, and there is a man up in the apartments, one over in the shop. They have a crossfire set up. They have 2 incendiaries as well, so this bomb site can get very, very hot, very, very fast. And spawning out the man up in the apartments, has to get this bomb down, takes the fight onto Zeus, and now just 5 seconds. He's going to punch in the numbers, and Nitro hasn't pushed it. Arriving a little bit late, Stan going to tag him with the Tech 9, but Nitro picks it up. And by the skin of his teeth, Team Liquid going to be going into a 3-0 lead here, Hugo.
Oh, that's so close, though. Stan, 95 damage off the back of that Tech 9 there in 1 bullet. Very, very unfortunate round for him. Plays it well, though, but baits out Zeus going for that aggro peak and catches him moving out of the pallet, or apartments, rather. So does at least make it the 1v1, and that means Liquid's money is not going to be exactly built up. Easy to break here for compLexity if they can just win a round, but so far it's 3-0 and they've yet to really get on this board. No AWP here yet for either team as well. And I'm excited to see where Liquid go with this AWP, right? Last map we had Taco taking it. It's usually Nitro. Taco's a B player. If you're going to run an AWP Mirage, you typically want it in the window. So do we see Nitro up in mid? Do we see Taco playing that AWP on B? I don't know. We'll find out. Wonder what Liquid have in store for us later, but for now it's just the AUG and the 4 rifles. Again, compLexity focused on this B bomb site. They got very close to winning it in the previous round. They want to give it another try, and there were definitely some oversights in that previous round. If we look at Shazam crossing to try and get that bomb, didn't check towards the market window, got easily blindsided by Elige in that last round. So a couple of mistakes from compLexity that, if they weren't done, that definitely would have been their round. But now they go back towards this mid control, taking it very, very fast. The bomb's still in apartments, but they are going to split this short position. 3 players on the A site for Liquid. They are unbeknownst to this push.
Well, it's grinded to a halt right now. 2 players over here connected, 2 in the window. It's a lot of presence over in mid from all parties, and Team Liquid almost getting caught out. Lee's going to be able to find one, but the push still coming in. Attack to hold his ground. He does get bested, so they've wrapped into B. They've taken this bomb site now. Shazam trying to hold down this short push. Only going to manage one. Nitro, quick double. Android, 1v3 required of him, and they've asked a lot of this man in the past. Have compLexity. He's going to try and stand and deliver now, as that time is ticking down, and both these players migrating in from short. Android not quite able to do enough, and Team Liquid going to move up. 4-0 start here for them on Mirage. Much more dominant than that of Inferno.
Yeah, this is really good. Like, compLexity are getting themselves in very good spots, very good situations, and Liquid is still winning out the clutches and the retakes, etc. So it's not, these aren't easy rounds for Liquid, but they're really actually impressing right now, considering that, again, standing, or not standing, but coach. So 4-0 here, keeping up the streak. compLexity are not going to stop buying. They're going to go for it again. Zeus is on the AWP. I wonder if that's on spawn or if he's going to keep that, because that's an interesting choice, right? You're not having Nitro or Taco on the AWP. It's a big weapon to give to a player that doesn't exactly play at this level consistently, but Naf luckily going to be able to bail out his team by already dropping one man up in the Palace. Zeus is playing back CT, so just an anchor AWP with that position. Nitro going to move into mid, does spot Shazam. Got to be careful about lower mid, but he has a player in the connector to help him out. Unfortunately, Elige blindsided by Stan. Keeping things in check now in middle. compLexity will get the window boost off as well, so Def is now behind enemy lines, and Liquid, are they aware of this? Is Naf ready for it? He's not checked jungle, but he's going to at least have his eyes on it right now. That timing is so unfortunate. Moving from the window though, and Nitro does find the kill. That will keep things very, very good for Liquid. 4-on-2 now. compLexity going back towards the A bomb site, but we have this orb still here in the CT spawn.
And it's that AWP on Zeus that we were questioning that now has to try and stand on up. Naf is on the stairs as well. Not peeking into this though, so most of the pressure going to fall onto Zeus. 40 seconds, and that nade jump scare for Android now. They try and run the gauntlet here versus this Zeus and Naf crossfire. And actually, Naf is over in connector right now. He's going to try and turn his head back around to help out Zeus sometime soon. He does manage one onto Stan, and then going to get burnt out by Android. The trade comes through, 1v3 required, 20 seconds left. Really has to try and get this bomb down, and Naf even spotting him there from the stairs. They just push on in, they take the fights, and they win them. Team Liquid saying hello to a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, Android really wanted to get a kill before he committed to that bomb plant, knowing that, one, if he goes for the plant, he's going to get triple pushed. And two, realistically, winning out a 1v3 post-plant, even if they don't push him, is not very likely. They're going to time that well on the retake. So try to make it a 2-on-1 before that bomb plant comes in. Unfortunately, Naf's just going to win the duel. And now Liquid, stunning start to this map. 5-0 lead on the CT side. They are not giving up the pressure anytime soon. Smoke towards the top of middle. Not followed up. No one's going to push with it. We have Zeus back on A with the CT spawn AWP. We have Nitro playing AUG in middle. But compLexity, they're on pistols themselves, Harry. They don't have the weaponry to contend. So very slowly and very methodically moving back into middle after this smoke fades at the top. This will be that con split to go for an A play. Nitro not wanting to allow a boost up into this round. He already shut it down in the previous by coming in from that B rotation. And with 3 players actually on the A bomb site right now for Liquid, that's a pretty stellar defense. compLexity waiting for some over-aggression, but Liquid are not giving it to them.
They're not doing anything to give them a means of getting into this round. That Molotov does force these players out through connector. And oh, Zeus going to get pressured, has to land the shot or else he goes down, and that is such a critical moment. Oh, Lige even going to go ahead and pivot on the spot, finds Def. He might have been tagged down low, but that's still impressive. And Team Liquid almost looking like a different team in comparison to what we saw over on Inferno.
Yeah, absolutely out of this world. How the hell does the Leash survive that? And Zeus, important shot, as you say, to stay alive in the CT spawn. If you give over an AWP there, maybe that CT push player could have actually got something done and shut down a Leash close on ramp. So definitely a worrying round there for Liquid at some point, but they do manage to convert it to a 6-0. Shazam on this AWP into middle, attempts to go aggressive, but it's actually Android, his teammate, who moves ahead of the Molotov and gets taken down. The Molly actually bloomed after he pushed mid. Zeus trying to lock down underpass, and they're just going to run on through the smoke. Zeus is there ready and waiting, one for him, Def with a trade, but it's not going to be enough, Harry. They're in a 2-on-4.
Yeah, things going from bad to worse for compLexity here. Gonna try and hit this B bomb site where Taco resides, and that flash even missing its mark somewhat. Finds them both. Can't even get too excited about that one. 7-0 for Liquid. What a turnaround this is also. Special Agent Ye reporting for duty.
Ouch. And that's not going to change anytime soon, Harry. Look at this gun round from compLexity. They're only on pistols. Not the buy they would have wanted into round number 8. Liquid have not let off the pressure here. Double Palace push. Don't see this often at all, but it's going to be exactly well timed here for Liquid, considering compLexity are setting up for an A play. One man falls out, but we still do have Nitro in position, and he's just got to be very, very careful. Spot ahead. Does take it away as well. Def I mean, he wants to trade this, but knows it's not very realistic to expect that refrag up against the Org at this kind of range with a CZ. compLexity now slow down and reconsider on this A play. They don't want to smoke in early. Def finally moving in. Nitro with an off angle. Got a good position there to try and get the spot. Just information. But now compLexity going to try and go for this A attack. And Liquid have plenty of players to deal with it here on the A bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, that's the real issue for compLexity right now as they prepare to try and hit this A bomb site. They're going to be walking into the more stacked of the two. Pushing on in now. They first have to try and get past Nitro here at the ramp, and Nitro lines them up, knocks them down like big fleshy dominoes. Nitro is doing it all, and Elige is there to help him out at the very end.
Liquid have the spray transfers of these Orgs on lockdown.
They do, and Elige is a big fan of it. He was the one really spearheading that, and now, you know, we've seen Nitro looking flawless with his as well.
Yeah, 11-1 right now. He is sick. But it's just like, it's not just like the spray control, which is one thing. It's the ability to transfer from player to player while also keeping the spray control, which is a whole nother skill. Like, you can do it with the M4, you can do it with the AK, but the AUG, I mean, these are guns that people haven't used until recently, so... Yeah, it's nice to see these players picking it up so fast. Oh, Def got to get out of there. You have a 5v3. You don't want to give away this kill, and Def instead, he'll take one through the smoke. Taco going to get dropped. Just like that, compLexity looking like they're going to be able to get their first round on this T side. Elige spots that underpass player, but they're just going to fall back. They want nothing to do with this. This B site is all compLexity right now. Elige and Nitro, they may as well save. They can go for exits, take guns away, try and keep this economy of compLexity low as it has been most of this map. But it's still going to be around whether Liquid like it or not.
Still, I mean, for compLexity, only just finding it first into round number 9, really not where you want to be. That's like realizing what you want to do with your life when you're 58. It's great and all.
Just a bit late.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can still achieve your dreams. Not saying that.
It's not over.
But it's more just, you know, you won't get to enjoy yourself as much. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, you were 58 once.
Correct.
How was that?
That was alright.
See, the only thing I know about the number 8 is 128 tick servers, ESCA. Play.esca.net, Hugo. That's where all the big dogs play. And that's, of course, where we are right now. Team Liquid looking to try and reset compLexity. Not going to have too much of a chance of doing that here, as the money is pretty good. I mean, there were a few kills to come at the end of that round there, so it has thrown the money into disarray a bit more than compLexity would have liked. Taco. Up in the apartments, Elige trying to peek over the top of this smoke at short. Ooh, there's so much tension all across the map. Elige is able to win his fight out now. It falls to Taco, and he does land that shot. He ducks out of there and gets out of dodge before Def is in a position to do the damage and put him down. Nitro now in with another, and it's just the scoped rifles reigning supreme for Team Liquid. And the wraparound from NAF looks to seal the fate of this round. Be sure to draw on that little number 4 up on the minimap. You can see that pushing on in. Elige is good for one. And Shazam going to get finished off by the flanker. NAF there, he was just a fail-safe, the linchpin, the man who, even if everyone else crumbles down in mid, even if something goes disastrously wrong, you've got NAF. You know, he is the flood wall here. You know, even if the waters rise, even if they crash on over, you've got him there as the last line of defense.
He's there with his 3 straws, drinking it all up, Harry. No water will drown anyone when
right now, do you remember those straws that were made out of cereal?
Oh, yeah.
They were amazing. Why aren't they a thing?
Okay, well, they are.
Well, they were. I've
sure
never
they still
seen
exist.
cereal straws anymore. I
They've got
don't
to
know what
still
they were called.
exist. I saw them like 3 years ago. They definitely still exist.
Mate, there's a lot of things that were seen 3 years ago that are missing now.
Like what?
I don't want to name any, but here's Android finding one. Zeus down in CT. Gotta get flashed on out. Nitro plucks Android from the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a play? No, it's Nitro lighting up the scoreboard once again. There's his second. The real Superman in this round is Nitro. Well,
and I mean, Liquid reset complexity in the previous round with 5 alive, and now they come into another gun round, 4 alive at the end of it. They break the economy even further after complexity force the issue. And now, Harry, they're just being slapped around. It's 10-1. Liquid have players near 16k, and complexity don't have $2,000 per player. So that's about as well as this half is going for the complexity boys. Not all we expected, considering complexity have shown some promise on this map in the past. And yeah, okay, Liquid have been good at this, but after them losing the previous map and honestly not looking all too great over on Inferno, not what I expected, but they are warmed up, they are hitting their shots. Nitro's going to get overwhelmed eventually. Can't keep doing what he's doing. The nade's going to do the damage though, and Naf can move in. There's just so many players here in middle for Liquid, and not many for complexity, Harry, because they're all dead. So 11-1, another 4-man round surviving here for Liquid. Complexity were one of their last rifle rounds of the half.
this is just utter domination, Hugo. And, you know, question now becomes for complexity. How much more have they got left in the tank? Because right now I'm not entirely convinced.
Oh. Happens to the best of us.
Also, you know what? Maybe will you try and be environmentally friendly? You know, the it's like there's an eclipse. You know how much the solar panels aren't working, Hugo? They don't work in an eclipse or at night. They're the two times that they don't work.
And wind turbines don't work where it's not windy.
Yeah. Why don't we just blow on them? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Here's Taco. Pick it up one. Oh, the flash actually going to go ahead and delay that push on in. And that actually allows Taco to fall back through that smoke just in the nick of time. These rotations coming in from Liquid, and Elige, the first man on the scene. He's going to get bested. Going to get shut down. But Nitro, who has been in form, going to get wrecked by Stans. So 2v2. This is looking good for complexity here. Stans in with another. Taco chimes in with one more. But Def is there to cement the round. And complexity picking up a second. By the skin of their teeth, they managed to get that done in spite of Taco's best efforts, in spite of the flicks from Nitro. They find the round all on the back of that 3K from Stanislaw, who's had a pretty quiet game, all things considered. He digs deep, but he finds his rhythm there, finds his footing, and picks up that second round for complexity.
I mean, we're on round number 14. Not a single player of complexity has even double digits, Harry. Ye's still on 1 kill here. This has been a slow game for this current T side. And it needs to change here and now. That round needs to reinvigorate them and give them an opportunity to get back into this one, because they are facing a loss here, and a loss they cannot really handle. This team needs to, or wants to at least make that top 6 spot, get to the Pro League finals in just December. And at least they've traded 1-for-1. Boost up, going to be spotted, but still the kill from Stad. Great shot taking down Naf. Lots of damage done, but with the man advantage, complexity have some of their best, best actual chances into this round than they have all half. Liquid have been bodying them round after round, with 4 or 5 players surviving the majority of the time. Taco's going to move back in. He'll actually back off. That footstep will be heard, so now they know he's around short on B, and he is the only B player here. That's a bit of a problem. And Incendiary still left up, but complexity currently default. They can go wherever they want. They don't have to commit to anywhere. Player outside of A, player outside of B, finally going to be joining up in middle, and they will go for this connector split with the AWP as well. Bomb on his back. The awkward timing here is Zeus has just rotated to join Taco on B, and that's just going to be a gamble because they have no information. Nitro's pushing to Palace, and right now, if Nitro, he has 2 choices. Give away the bomb plant and play retake, or try and get a couple of defensive kills before that plant comes in. The fact that there's 20 seconds left means he'll probably go for the latter. He'll probably take these fights, and if he can stop the bomb from going down, maybe, just maybe, Liquid can win the round.
Oh, Nitro in with the second. The bomb does go down, but he's already done a lot. Shazam. They had to find one more, and now it is just Zeus left. But what is that flick? He's Van Stan. He's normally just the coach. He's normally the man stood behind the team, not winning the clutches on the forefront, on the front line. Zeus now in the 1v1, and he's not quite ready for Shazam. He's just going to best him there in that fight. It comes down to the wire. The compLexity 3-11 now. Certainly be sure to get back into this game. Still a long way to go, though, before they arrive at a situation where we can say that they can get back into it.
Yeah, near clutch for Zeus. Nice flick as well, but he's been good on the AWP, not quite the M4 to the same extent. However, they don't really have the money for the AWP in this final round of the half. So, Augs, M4s, typical buy. Elijah just pushed the top and middle. Absolutely no fear from him. There's a player at top mid behind him, but they're not going to get the trade. They waited for Android to come from the underpass, and that's going to be a problem because now Elijah gets away and he finds a second. Liquid bordering a 12th round of the half. Ye's finally going to double his kills. And just like that, compLexity are somewhat still in this round, but with a man disadvantage and only 2 smokes left up is going to make things very, very difficult. Taco's even pushed up in B as well. So plenty of information for him, and that's going to allow this full rotate back towards the A bomb site once Nitro's smoke clears the middle and he realizes there's no one here. If he doesn't spot Stan, he can rotate as well. Might want to just watch that con split. And Stan's going to be setting up utility, so that gets spotted. Nitro gets the information. He now sees a smoke up on A, but with Stan backing off, he may now question, is this going to be a B play after all? Luckily, Taco can reaffirm that by being deep in that B bomb site. Now compLexity, 40 seconds on the clock. Stan coming in from the mid split. They're going to go for A.
Now Liquid, they've already started to rotate these players down. They try to Molotov off the man in CT. That's Naf. Yay. Good for one more. Nitro with this AUG. He was almost the hero that we needed for Team Liquid in the previous round. He's tried to be it once again. And the AUG is going to go ahead and shut down absolutely everyone. The bullpup chiming in. Now Stan does what he can. Looking to try and be the man here for compLexity. He does go ahead and get this bomb down. Punching in the numbers. Bullets raining in. He's going to get brought down to just 50 HP, but he's given a chance. A couple of seconds. It's the flank up from Ramp that looks to try and solidify this round, and it looks like it will. Indeed, it shall.
Ooh. Hello. Woo.
Taco's not happy about that one.
No, things are getting hot and heavy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's going for it more, Harry.
I love him.
He's throwing grenades. This man is angry. I'm liking it. Yeah. I want more of this.
No, yeah, I mean, you know, that's something you can always count on Taco for. He's always the guy who, you know, he gives great interviews. He's always the guy kind of, you know, he's very respectful, but then also not afraid to be cheeky when the situation calls for it. He's got a great sense of timing with stuff like that, you know, does your man Taco.
I love Taco.
Me too. Both him and the food.
Yes, both. Him more than the food.
Yeah.
That was the most unsure yeah I've ever heard.
No, I'm more of a burrito man than tacos.
I can respect
I do
that.
like a taco.
I think I prefer a taco to a burrito.
Really?
Yeah.
So you like a hard, crunchy shell?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think burritos easily fall apart.
I don't know, man. Maybe if you roll the burrito
I
well.
don't think I've eaten like top quality burritos.
Yeah.
Maybe you can show me some someday.
I will. You know, I'll take you out for a burrito date.
Oh.
Oh, yay. He didn't even buy Elijah a drink first. Instead, he's just gone ahead and domed him. He's going to find absolutely everyone. What's going on here? It is just Nitro and Zeus left up. This has gone disastrously wrong for Liquid. It's all but been derailed. And Ye's in with another. I don't even know how he saw that, man. Nitro's gone down and Ye is on for the ace. It's just Zeus as well. And oh, they're all around. There's the ace for Ye. And oh my goodness, that was...
Ye had 1 kill on round number 15, Harry. The start of round number 15, Ye had a single kill. And then he gets 2 in that round, and now he finds an ace in the pistol. What? How has that happened? What a sick round from Ye. Oh my god. Even catching Nitro pushing on the stairs as well behind his teammate. So a nice attempt there from Liquid, but Ye is just going to be too fast on that A bomb site. compLexity now back in this game. Now having an opportunity to make this one worth its while. Liquid having to go for the eco with just pistols and not deciding to force up at all. They didn't get a kill, they didn't get any bomb plant, they got nothing. So this is compLexity's chance to really make up some money, pull these rounds back, get it closer somewhat. Liquid won't have much to say about that. They've only got pistols and they're already being flanked from the T-spawn. There's depth all the way behind them, dropping Taco. Ye about to catch a man moving out of Palace, and just the Liege left alive, not for much longer. Def has found him, and compLexity 5-12. How far can they make this comeback go?
I mean, that's the question. That's the big Q, Hugo. Can you think of any other of life's big questions?
Chicken or the egg?
Chicken or the egg? There is a bit more to it. It's prefixed with what came first, not just
No,
like.
what's your favourite?
Yeah, do you prefer chickens or eggs?
Same thing, mate.
They are all one and the same. I love.
Oh,
Oh, Def. He's playing a game of chicken of his own.
we get spattered like an egg, Harry. 4 on 4, and one team with each, one player on each team on 9 HP. Not for long. Oh, Zeus might be able to catch up this flank as well. Android went aggressively, but he's going to make a lot of noise, and Android hears every single footstep, pulls the AK off the body of Zeus. And just like that, compLexity, they're in a bit of an awkward spot after that 1-for-1, but they're back into a 4-on-2.
Yeah, just Naf and Taco. Left up. They spot out Naf over here in mid, and there's a lot of players here. All the utility in the world raiding on in. Naf able to hide momentarily. And now just Taco left up. But you can see there's a man here keeping an eye on things. That's Android, the real star of this round. 4 kills to his name. It was Ye in the pistol to find an ace. Android here in the first bite. For Team Liquid picking up 4. These fantastic individual performances here from compLexity to haul their way back into this game. This still has some mileage in the tank. Hugo 6-12 right now, and compLexity showing no signs of stopping.
So that's about compLexity stopping. It's more about Liquid starting here, and it won't be in this round. It's only Deagles. We're waiting for that next buy to come out after this. They may even have the AWP as an option. Although I think bringing it in this early into their half would be a bit of a mistake. You don't really need it. You can run those full rifles. Wait till compLexity have their own AWP, and you actually need to try and counter that. Taco, 1 Deag onto that A site. Will he find any more? Yes, there's a second. Taco's making it work, but it's only damage, Harry. It's not going to be the round. He's 7 HP, and they know exactly where he is. Plenty of utility to get rid of him as well. Molotovs can go up into the palace. He's just going to try and take a fight, and there it is. Def cleans it up. So, compLexity on 7. Do you believe in this comeback?
Yes. No. No.
Which one is it?
Yes.
Which one is it?
Here's the thing, Hugo. I don't like to say whether I believe or I don't, because at the end of the day, if it happens, we're going to witness something great. And if it does not, Team Liquid, they're going to be doing what they should be, which is breezing on through and splitting this series 1-1.
Double AWP for compLexity, and Taco going to pull his own out as well into this round. So Liquid having no fear. Look at the pace as well. They've just stormed up short. This is so aggressive from Liquid. Taco, he's going to get dunked by the nade of Android.
No, Elige, here he is on the Krieg. He loves the Krieg, does Elige. Ooh, but boosting up. Stan, unfortunately, 9 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and reckon Elige
From behind.
Yeah. Nitro in with one more.
This A site's open. There's only Shazam there in the CT spawn, and they've spotted that from earlier. Elite saw him when he went up connector, and they know he has the AWP. So if you can get rid of Shazam, you can win this round. It's just down to that rotation, and compLexity have already decided to pull it in. Stan's coming in through the jungle. They window boost right now. They potentially even win this fight. Stan not ready for it. Oh, Nitro's going to get the kill. Looked a bit dicey for a second there, but he finds it and jumps back up on shore. In the meantime, Android considers a rotation out of B, and he doesn't know they're coming into the B site right now. 28 seconds. The utility gives it away, and so Android can try and fight this, or he can play for the retake.
Now he's trying to fight. Not one to sit on his laurels and wait. And he might wish he had as Naf beheads him. Last man is Shazam over in the shop, and Naf makes a bit of noise, but has managed to sneak by. Shazam hasn't spotted him yet, and it's over at the bench that Naf sits and waits. Striking it from the shadows, locking in a 13th round for Team Liquid. And now it's back to the drawing board here for compLexity. They can get a buy, but the only issue here is, Hugo, is as they buy on down, You can see they've invested everything into this round. They put it all on the line. Everything and the kitchen sink, as they say. AWP out for Shazam, rifles for everyone else, all the kits, all the utilities they could possibly need. But that reset is looming over them. Losing this means compLexity move up 14-7 and have a reset compLexity for that match point round.
Deep nades into top of B, and Taka going to get tagged. Shazam, nice shot as the smoke blooms. He takes down Nitro. So compLexity man advantage into this one. Exactly what they needed. It's Liquid. Still a hell of a lot of utility, still a hell of a lot of chance. They are going to set up outside of that B-bomb site as well. There's only 2 players here for compLexity. I say only, that's pretty typical. Stan's pushed up on short though in that ladder room, so it's basically all on Android, but he's got a full kit of nades. Question is, do they jump ahead, or does he realize he's now spotted the Molotov goes in? He needs to fall back, smoke as well, but are they going to be in the site before he can even get in position? No. Zeus runs through it to his death. Stan's come up on short with a double, dropping the bomb as well, and he can just molly that off to deny Taco any chance in this round. That is the case. Taco may find one, but that will be it here on the B-bomb site for Liquid, and just like that, compLexity back in it with an 8th.
And I mean, this is the issue for Liquid, right? You take a look at it, they're able to get that 1 round after the 12-3 half, but immediately straight back in. It's that reset from compLexity that now we see, real potential for them to get back into this game and try and 2-0 this series. Something that, I don't think many people would have seen coming for compLexity. I mean, as we were saying, if they do manage to pick this up in a 2-0 fashion, I believe that leaves their options open for them to secure a spot at the Pro League finals in Dallas, but a lot of it rides on Odense. Sorry, last season, fresh on the brain. Naf left up. 1v3. He's got a lot to do. Deagle in hand, though, and Naf, he does love a Deagle. Still hoping that someone from compLexity walks in his crosshair. No one going to give anything up just yet, and actually does just miss the timing as Def crosses at the window. They start to push on in, and now missing all these shots. Shazam peeks on in the meantime. 9-13 now. No money for Team Liquid, so compLexity chomping at a bit, hot on their heels. Should be picking up a 10th round here and now.
Yeah, they had the bomb on lockdown there. Shazam had an angle from the market door to actually hold the bomb down on bench, and so there was no reason for anyone to reposition on compLexity. No one needed to move into the bomb site. They had everything. So Liquid screwed in that one, or at least Naf was in the clutch, so it is just pistols here for the T side. compLexity, as you said, probably their 10th. Def, Molotov close on ramp. Naf's got to run away. Oh, he's going to go through it. Okay, that's ballsy. Will Def be aware of it? There's a smoke in the palace. Naf going to go right in. Def does get the kill. I mean, that's not a bad play from Naf, because in a round like this, you need to just make a hero play. Someone needs to get a crazy dig, and Taco will do exactly that. Leech dives out the palace to his death. Taco's still in middle. Zeus has crept into B, and B's empty, so he can flank up into that A site, but realistically, compLexity should be aware of it, and Zeus is only on a pistol as well. He's only on a Glock, so not really realistic to expect any kind of damage there. Yeah, you're going to get him. And it is the lone Deagle left alive here for Liquid.
Oh, they heard the drop. Def heard it. No armor on Taco. Aim punch means that the second you miss that first shot, you are pretty much as good as done. 10-13. Ever closer, Hugo. Looking like your prediction might come true.
What was my prediction?
compLexity win.
Oh, okay. Maybe, but I don't want to count Liquid out now. They're still in the lead. They still have that 13-10, and with another buy round up, it's been a couple of rounds since we've seen this. A chance to come up with a game plan, and it is the ace smokes here for Liquid, but look how close compLexity are on ramp. This could be a blessing or a curse if they push ahead of this utility. Flash in for Zeus, and this is where the curse comes through, but Shazam's hit the shot. That's bailed out his teammate. Can he follow up? No. He's got to watch that palace instead, and the Leech has killed Def there. Shazam, he's cornered on this site. Once these Molotovs run out, he's screwed unless Ye can step up and defend him, and he does get one, but the trades are in. Taco's found a double. Not much utility left here as Liquid get themselves onto the bomb site, but compLexity do have that CT spawn, and as the smoke fades, there's another one down, but there's a big gap in it. That gives them the opportunity to try and fight. Android won't take it. Repositioning, waiting for Stan to flash him back in as the plant comes through. Android lines up 2, but he can't find a kill. Just Stan left up.
Yeah, succeeded in dropping Taco. He knows the whereabouts as well of the players under Palace, but a missed shot from Stan, and Elise is there to go ahead and shut him down. 14-10, Team Liquid. Just one round away. There is still a buy on the horizon here for compLexity, and that's thanks to Stan, Shazam, and Def. Able to invest for the rest of the squad, but the only issue is so much money being spread out across this CT side. They're going to be poised for the reset. Team Liquid not exactly in a very good spot either, so this is such an important round for Liquid. This could be them splitting the series if they pick this up. It's a force buy for compLexity in the next. If they lose this, however, they've got no money of their own, and compLexity, they're hot on their heels. They're getting back into this game at that point, and overtime or even just the win for compLexity does very much become a possibility. There's a lot at stake in this one round. Both teams more than aware of that fact, and Team Liquid looking to try and challenge over here in mid. Liege wins that first duel. Naf is there to help him out a little bit more. And Android over in the apartments doing what he can, but it's not enough.
That's the bomb. Stan's dropped the bomb. They're chasing up from short, but if Stan can get a couple more kills, he can win this round on his own. Shot coming through from Taco does take his head off, though, so that'll keep Liquid in this one for the time being. But the amount of time it's going to take them to get into the apartments will allow Def to flank. He's going to be in position as Taco gets up to the bomb, so there's a very good chance Def wins this fight. Taco's ready for the possibility. Def sneaking on through. Oh, no, Taco. He turns around. I think he's seen it, and he knows. Going to hit the shot. 2 kills for Taco. He's been having a very, very good map as well. It's Taco, Elige, and Nitro, separated by 2 kills top to bottom. Very, very strong map from the 3 of them. 15-10 here for Liquid. 1 away from victory lane here, Harry. They pulled up into the driveway. And compLexity, they are under-equipped for this round.
Well, the tactical timeout from compLexity gives them a few moments, a little breather here, Hugo. A chance to really appreciate the gravity of this situation. They know the importance of 2-0 in this series. They know what that means for them. It means that they can still look to try and move up that board, try and secure their spot in the finals. Even try and keep as much distance as yourself between that relegation spot. At least maybe being able to really guarantee a safe spot just outside of the finals round. Liquid, they need one more round though if they want to dash compLexity's hopes and dreams of that fact. It's a quick play into the Palace that nets Android the early man advantage here for compLexity. Now the question becomes for Liquid, how are they going to play in response to this? Naf rising to the plate, rising to the challenge, does manage to pick up the trade. Now we're into even odds, 4-on-4. AK is at least retrieved and on the back of Ye. Liquid, they don't want any business over towards this A-bomb site. They set up shop over in the apartments and down here in middle.
It's all on timing though for Nitro. He's found himself in the connector and no one's on that A site. Ye's just fallen back into the CT spawn in compLexity. They're throwing a gamble into this round. They're stacking up on B. Naf's killed the mid player, and now with 2 players on this B bomb site, Liquid going to walk right into it. This could be a perfect setup from compLexity, but the flank from Nitro is going to make all the difference here in jungle. He actually does win the fight to Ye, and now they may even decide to opt out of this B bomb site. In fact, compLexity are the ones making the wrong call because they're rotating back around. And Liege is going to be able to catch that cross as well. Android's dead. It's just Stan left alive. And even though Liquid are walking into the bomb site with the enemy, it doesn't make a difference. Liege wins that fight. And just like that, I think that map's over. 16-10 there for Liquid. Things go a little bit crazy there with the observing, but it does work out after all. That's going to be a 1-1 split at the end of the night there. So Liquid do bounce back after losing to compLexity over on Inferno, and they do it in a very good fashion as well.
Yeah, I mean, they almost certainly do. I mean, everyone kind of stepping up. The friendly giants of Team Liquid managed to get this job done. And speaking of Roll Doll, we're going to bring back James and the Giant Pimp here.
The Giant. All right,
James and the Giant Pimp.
Yeah, I mean, it's close enough. Not that you're Giant Pimp. It's more just James and the Giant Peach.
I'm pretty buff, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I didn't want to say it, but...
Yeah, sure, I agree.
Yeah, you are, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's looking good.
10 out of 10.
There's a lot of tension on
the looks of it. Yeah,
isn't there, dude?
It's getting weird. It's getting weird.
No, Nut November is getting to everyone at this stage, I believe.
Oh my goodness, James. Yeah. I mean, after that game as well, definitely.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, pleasantly surprised, aren't we?
Now, any highlights from you guys of that map? I can think of one in particular.
Zeus got a sick flick shot with the AWP.
I'll give that to you. Zeus scared a flick. Yeah, okay.
I'm just trying to be nice to the coaches, you know.
Nothing? No guesses,
I
guys?
mean, I was a big fan of the Yay Ace. That was fantastic. There we
go.
Nailed
Harry got it.
I was setting him up.
And that's what I want to see again.
Yeah, I mean, he did the Zeus flick. You know, you don't remember a single Nitro flick, but you remember the Zeus flick. That's what we say.
This was just ridiculous, though. Yay going absolutely crazy. Gets the first 3 nice and easy. And Liquid didn't really stand a chance. This is kind of the only way that compLexity had a bit of a hope in hell's chance, right, of getting a few rounds on the board.
Yeah, it required some individual plays. This one from Ye obviously is quite impressive, you know, getting all 5 kills on a little bit of a cheap notice against Zeus as well in the end. But, you know, they played well, and they played up to the level they can play up to. I will say, though, that, again, a little bit disappointed in compLexity. They need to be able to beat a Team Liquid who has nothing to play for.
Yeah.
They're playing with a coach. They are highly not motivated. They just come off IM Chicago, probably a little bit, you know, tired from that whole run and went into the final as well against Astralis, where they didn't do too well either. So, you know, a lot of stress on this Liquid lineup right now. Twist going out with a what is it, like wisdom tooth removal as well, right? So a lot of stuff surrounding this team right now. It should be, again, as I said before, compLexity need to focus on what's, you know, important to them, and ESL Pro League should be the main focus for them. You know, there's the majors, and then there's the Pro Leagues for teams like compLexity who don't qualify for the Chicagos, who don't qualify for the Katowice and the Colognes and all that kind of stuff. So a little bit disappointing in the showing here, and this also means that there's I do believe there's a very, very slim chance to still make it, but it's almost impossible now for compLexity to go to Odense.
Yeah, I think this could be kind of the nail in the coffin, right? They needed to get these 2 points that were made easier having Zeus in. No shine like saying, oh, yeah, Zeus is terrible, but he's not supposed to play, right? This is you getting a weakened Team Liquid, and you only managed to take 1 out of the 2 games. But let's take a look at today's results and see exactly how this all went down. So we were meant to have 6 games, but as we spoke about at the beginning of the show, Renegades forfeited their games against NRG. You know what that means, Pimp?
That means NRG through. Yeah.
NRG go through, and Renegades could have upset that a little bit further for them, right?
Yeah, exactly. It also means now that Liquid won against compLexity, that Liquid are through 100% as well. So tomorrow we have the final day of Pro League, and we basically have 4 teams still competing for that 1 spot. As of right now, INTC are the lead horse in that one. They're facing off against Rogue, as you can see currently on your screen right now. Rogue trying to avoid relegation, whereas INTC is trying to come inside the Pro League playoff. So a lot to play for tomorrow for those teams.
And if anyone looked at these standings, right, they would have never assumed of, say, the first week, even by the second week, that INTZ would be there with a potential chance to qualify. And that chance has been made so much easier by blunders from a lot of these teams on games that they should have been winning.
Definitely, especially like the 2 teams that stand out to me is definitely Cloud9. That's a given. They should not be down there. Basically, that's a team who's.
We can give them some wiggle room though, because they made some crazy changes, right?
For sure. And the other one is Luminosity, right? That's just not good enough. We get to see more of Cloud9 tomorrow, though. We did see them today, and they played well against Ghost Gaming today, picking up the 2-0. Kyoshima having a good game. Flusher having a good game as well. You know, so they need to continue on with that tomorrow, because their opponents NRG is one of the best teams within NA right now, and especially when it comes to online Counter-Strike.
And this is the thing, right? This is where NRG, we just find out they've qualified. The pressure is now off of them. It's put all on to Cloud9. They must deliver tomorrow, Pimp. Just a quick one before we go into it fully. When we'll come into tomorrow and do it, do you think it's possible for Cloud9?
It's going to be a no. I think INTC is going to beat Rogue 2-0, and by that, they're automatically qualified. If they don't, you know, I think Cloud9 is the front runners to taking that 2nd spot. But again, it requires a 2-0 against NRG. It requires Kyoshima to step up. It requires Flusher to step up. And who knows, whatever they'll be playing with Golden or Valence tomorrow. That's that's
going to be a very actually good point, because I think it has to be the full Cloud9 roster for them to even stand the chance now.
Without a doubt.
Well, Pimp, we're done. We've only got 1 more day remaining. Thank you for joining us for another day of the ESL Pro League North America. It all comes down to tomorrow, and we'll be kicking things off with NRG versus Cloud9 as our only game. And you won't want to miss it, because these standings you could have never predicted at the beginning of the season.